Hello, Americans. Hello, the world. Today is December 29th, 2023. In another 3 days, we will be supposed to be celebrating a Happy New Year of 2024. However, I'm going to warn you right now that when you see the events that will happen in 2024, it may not be so very happy. I am seeing a lot of things that are coming to fruition in 2024. Drought, famine, pestilence, economic collapse, and war. All of these things are going to be magnified in the next year. Now, there's a lot of people already in this world that have been affected by earthquakes, high surf, tornadoes, hurricanes, and other natural disasters throughout the world. In 2024, I'm predicting that everybody is going to be affected some way or another, to the effect that the daily life that you've experienced is going to be altered. For instance, right now, the weather up here in Minnesota is rather unusually warm for this time of year. There's no snow on the ground, and there's hardly any wind. The temperature's in the 30s. It should be about 20 degrees colder and a lot more snow on the ground right now. This sounds very good, and I can tell you right now that early on this next year, the weather will be pretty nice. It'll be a pretty mild winter. It'll be some cold weather. We will have some big snow. I guarantee you that. But I'm going to tell you right now, coming into spring and summer, we're going to get the likes of a drought that we have never seen before. If you think 2023 was hot, 2024 is going to broil. Crops are going to fail. We're going to have a lot of issues and a lot of problems going on in the United States, in other countries as well. The weather is just going to get worse and worse and worse. Also, the thing is that there are some pestilences that have yet to develop. There's one in China right now that's like a pneumonia. This could spread to the rest of the world. We don't know. It could happen. What I'm really concerned about, however, is two other things. First of all, we are facing a constitutional crisis, the likes of which the United States has never seen before. We are heading toward a situation where, for the 24 election, we have one candidate who is about senile and is about having Alzheimer's, and another candidate who has deliberately chosen to break the law and break the rules and is disqualified from much of the ballot. Yet we seem to have challengers to this candidate that has broken rules and has called for insurrection on January 6th. And that was the truth. That did happen. He did ask for insurrection. No lying about it. That is what happened. He should have done what he had done. Should have accepted his loss like everybody else does and moved on. For that reason, we are going to have the crisis like you wouldn't believe here in the United States. Because in the Republican Party right now, I haven't heard one candidate say anything to me as a voter about why I should vote for them. It's all picking on Nikki Haley or picking on somebody else, instead of addressing real issues that are here in the United States. As a result, voters are going to look for the candidate that actually seems like he's alive and can actually govern, and that is Donald Trump. But Donald Trump has been banned off the ballot in a couple states, and if he is convicted, we are going to have a major crisis in this country. We have the seeds to hit a civil war going in this country right now between people that are going to keep Donald in power and make sure he's on that ballot, and people that hate him and hate the Christian values that he stands up for. Unfortunately, this is going to happen next year. We're also going to see, as a result, other nations are going to take a look at what we're doing in this country right now. And they're going to look at this constitutional crisis. And you think they're going to want to invest in a country that's as disorganized as we are? No. The economy is going to suffer big time next year. And when there is a constitutional crisis, the stock market is the first thing that often goes down. and it's going to go down big, and it's going to hurt. If you don't have money in a bear fund, I suggest putting some of it in there right now. Bear funds pay money when the market goes down, and they're a good investment to at least have. It's security in your wallet. The other thing is that there is the talk of a comet possibly causing issues on this earth. It looks like a devil. I wouldn't say that it's going to hit Earth, but it could cause issues like we haven't seen. Also, we don't want to forget what's going on with China and Taiwan right now. There's only going to be one misstep, and China's going to invade Taiwan. The other thing that's going to happen is that during next year, I don't like Joe Biden. I don't like how he's governing, but I'm telling you, he's a lot better than his running mate right now, which is Kamala Harris. Kamala won't negotiate with anybody. She's going to piss Russia, China so much off. If Joe dies and she has to assume power, they will declare war on us. And they will send troops to our country. And they will affect the lives of everybody that we have. I'd say for 2024, we got to be careful. It's a dangerous year that's coming up. The likes of which are the parables of like 1914. January 1st, 1914, nobody knew in Europe that by the end of that year, a savage war would start that would take the lives of millions of people. That was the World War I. All right, this year also begins with a 4. And we got to be very careful about what's taking place here. I'm also seeing lots of other issues and lots of other problems as well. And I'm just saying that this is going to be a rough year. Don't overextend yourself. Don't travel to places you can't get home from. Be very careful what you're doing. Always keep an eye on the news. I wish our people were more alert to what was going on in our government and be able to stand up and ask the questions instead of accepting the status quo of a Donald Trump and a Joe Biden as the only people that could possibly run this country. That's wrong, and that should change. But is it going to change? No, because too many Americans are too complacent about who's running their country. In short, this is the message for 2024. It's not going to be a good year. I would not say happy. I'd say be prepared.